This was Paul Graham, and he talked about founders mode and what founders mode is, right? And he says there's two different types of ways to run a company: founders mode and managers mode. Till now, most people, even in Silicon Valley, have implicitly assumed that scaling a startup means switching to manager mode. But we can infer the existence of another mode from the dismay of founders who've tried it and the success of their attempts to escape from it. So he goes on to talk about some examples here. Like, says, for example, Steve Jobs used to run an annual retreat for what he considered the 100 most important people at Apple, and these were not the 100 highest people on the org chart. Can you imagine the force of what it will take to do this at the average company? So he goes on to talk about how basically what founders mode is the actual founder and director of the company will go down into the product teams and work individually with the product teams to try to remove barriers and to try to figure out what they can do. Now, he gives a lot of other different examples, and this definitely made its rounds around the internet, right? Because traditional manager mode says that they delegate everything through layers of middle management. Founders mode says get your hands dirty at every level. So one example he gives is Brian Chesky at Airbnb discovered that following conventional management wisdom nearly destroyed his company. Founders who stayed deeply involved in details and skip management layers are outperforming those who follow MBA playbooks. The old advice of hire good people and get out of their way is being replaced with stay obsessed with every detail that matters. So after a long time in tech, I've actually watched firsthand, and I'm a big fan of founders mode. I run my company in a very similar way. I actually have a very thin management layer where I actually have no managers. I will put leads over teams from a technical perspective, where I enable them and empower them if they need to be able to make a decision. But in general, when it comes to larger decisions, those still come to me. Now, another really good example of this is Elon Musk. He's one of the ultimate founder mode practitioners, running Tesla, SpaceX, Neuralink, and X with minimal management layers. Now, he famously fires entire management teams, cuts bureaucracy to the bone, and directly engages with line-level engineers. And at X, he slashed staff by 80%, including most managers, yet the platform still runs actually much better despite what critics predicted. Now, Musk holds engineering reviews where he personally dives into technical details that most CEOs wouldn't understand. I was just, so kind of run through some of the meetings today. I was helping with an embedded software development team. I was helping with some data science and AI. I was helping with a SaaS platform a lot today. I jumped into an executive meeting, right? There's a lot of different things that I can do, and I do this following this founders mode method. If you like this clip, make sure you check out the full Startup Hack Live video here because we've got lots more for you today.